This is Secure Payments. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I'm having an amazing Tuesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for being a part of the creative process. Secure Payments is therapy session. Galloping through the cosmos at light speed. Photons, photons, photons. Yeah, I'm having an amazing Tuesday. I woke up. I kid you not. Last night's sleep was like not even a sleep at all. It was just constant turning and turning and turning. And I was just like, whoa. Like, I felt us. Oh, I felt. It's like, did Virgo season come early or something? Anyway, serendipitously, I'm watching this new show called I Am Virgo. And I'll talk more about that in another episode because I'm going to need some therapy after watching just about 15 minutes of it already. So, so bear with me. Meanwhile, I wanted to talk about this last movie that I saw, which was called The Portal Door. It's amazing. It was a really good movie. I'm gonna say it's amazing. I'll give it like I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, maybe I might be a bit, I don't know. My rating systems are, who cares? But 10 out of 10. I love the movie. And if you want like a more detailed view, review of the movie, go, listen to someone else. But for me, I'm just going to tell you what I liked about it. Just give you the rundown. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Portable door. The doors go into other places, stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. Most of the movie centered around like these two people working together and eventually becoming like, a couple, a thing or whatever. And at the end, it's like, oh, you gotta find your own door kind of thing because he found the door for someone else. And then it's just like, oh, you found the door for me kind of thing. And it kind of reminds me of my day-to-day activities and day-to-day life. And I'll talk more about that in a sec, but because I've been volunteering, this is Secure Payments, volunteering my time. And it's like, when I volunteer, I tell you, it's like, it's like, it feels like work. And when it feels like work, I just want to take time off. It's just like, I know I committed to volunteering my time for this extended period of time, but it's starting to feel like work. You know what I mean? With all the politics of work and, hey, listen, you can't pay someone enough to do this. This is all volunteer work. That's why you're smiling when you're telling me about this, because this is Secure Payments. Anyway, hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I'm having an amazing Tuesday. Yeah, I feel like I'm all stocked up on meditations. Anyway, back to the portal door. I'll go back to the meditations later. But yeah, I've been volunteering a lot of my time, and watching Portal Door kind of reminds me of my current situation. It's hard for me to see separation. Like, I felt like life was easier when you didn't see the separation and you didn't see that you was actively creating the life that you kind of wanted, in a sense, or that was placed on your subconscious mind. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. But it's just like, it's like you have a choice to like, and if you're conscious enough and you're aware of the frequencies and the magnetism. I don't know how to. It's like when I say it, electromagnetism. Airwaves. Okay. They're going along the airwaves or whatever. Frequencies and vibrations and music and sound and all that stuff being, being placed on your subconscious mind, And it's just like, I don't know what it is. Why that song stuck in my head? Well, because it resonated with the frequency in your body. And it takes some clever marketing. I graduated top of my class in marketing. They didn't teach me nothing about frequency and vibrations. But what was so cool about it was I learned about it in my electronics classes, because I got a degree in electronics. So like we talked about, like, currents all the time and all that other stuff. So it's really cool. Like I study that, and I got a degree in that as well. Anyway, so so I feel like it's awesome that like it's the perfect pair, and I'm actually just now realizing how marketing and my other degree, associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, like they just come in and they like mesh together. It really makes me want to rewrite my whole resume. Like, it really like really talk about how these things are kind of like how they work together, how they mesh together, and you know, just whoa. I had an epiphany during the secure by business therapy session. Thanks for being a part of the creative process, galloping through the cosmos at light speed. Photons, photons, photons. So yeah, anyway, watching the portal door, and yeah, just like 3,000 years of longing, the portal door is like relationship oriented. Like, isn't it all about love? Yes. So this guy and this girl, you know, they go out, but they're not really at first. They're not really, you know, like a thing. They're like, you know, we're hanging out and everything. No kissing or any type of romance, but you can see in their eyes that there's something there. And you know, when they realize that they can you know, well, I mean, after they've gone through all of the things that they've gone through, they can kind of like read each other's thoughts. And boy oh boy, boy oh boy, if you could read my thoughts. There's a whole lot of I'm just, you know, just saying anyway, but this is secure payments. But yeah, anyway, a good movie. In the end, the guy finds his portal door. It's goblins, wizards, people kind of like trying to control other people's destiny by like setting them up with this person, like a making kind of apparatus type of thing or whatever. Like if we could get this person to fall in love, we get this person to fall in love, then this will happen. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I feel like all of it is like, you know, if whatever you're doing works to get those people to fall in love, and if it works, then cool. You know what I mean? I feel like love is love kind of thing. Even if it was somehow orchestrated, like orchestrated love. So yeah, truth be told, the last two movies I've been watching, or two shows I've been watching on Amazon Prime, have been centered around orchestrated love. So like Good Omens 2 was I don't want to give you too much because it just came out like yesterday or 2 days ago. But there's a portion in Good Omens 2 where it's centered around like this orchestrated love, and this one couple who's, you know, in this relationship, very bad relationship, and they're like, no, you don't need to be with that person, you need to be with this person, and everything will be great. And then, you know, towards the end of the show, the girls actually say, hey, look, we don't appreciate you guys trying to hook us up, you know. Yeah, we've been trying to hook you up, but I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to hook me up with somebody, that's fine, you know what I mean, like, you know, then it's cool, you know, or trying to hook me up, you know. But if the vibe's not there, the vibe's just not gonna be there. You can't force a vibe, you know. You can't force it. It's good to look at. It's good to like fantasize about these two people being a couple. But it's all just a fantasy at the end of the day, because if the vibe is not there, it's not there. The heart wants what the heart wants. You can't say, or you can't tell what somebody else's heart wants. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I know what your heart wants. No, why? From my porn collection? Absolutely not. You're not gonna know what my heart wants. You know, I got a mission out here. I got things to do. I'm galloping through the cosmos at light speed. This is secure payments. So it's just like, for you to know exactly what my heart wants, I don't even know all the time. I have to have constant conversations with my heart about what it is that you're feeling, what is it that you want, and stuff like that. This is a part of that a part of it, you know, having conversations, having my secure payments therapy sessions when I'm actually open and honest about how I'm feeling about certain things, and you know, things that I watched in movies or whatever. And right now, I feel like I'm not even like lately I've been like all into quantum mechanics and thinking about you know, time and space and Einstein's general relativity and all that other stuff. And I was just like, oh, what's the root word in Einstein's, equation of general relativity? Relative. I was like, oh, relative. Okay, I get it. Relative, And then I started thinking about like space and like gravity, and then like what was it? I was watching Interstellar again for like the 8th time, and I was just like, a lot of all of this is starting to make sense. And I think last night the reason why it's very difficult for me to fall asleep, or I fell asleep, but was just a lot of turning, was because I feel like I unlocked something. There was something that was unlocked, and things were raised to a higher degree of consciousness or awareness. I'll say awareness. I feel like awareness, consciousness is the space, and all the equations that they've been working on for hundreds and thousands of years, and that make up matter and everything that we exist in right now. I feel like it's being lifted, at least for me, to a higher degree of awareness, which means different types of people in my life, conversations, booties to squeeze on kind of thing. And I, love making kind of thing. Anyway, I'm actually really happy about that. I've been dry, just meditations, overstocked meditations. I'm overstocked on meditations. I tried meditating yesterday, and I meditated for maybe 3 minutes, and it felt like 3 hours. I kid you not. I meditated for 3 minutes, and it felt like 3 hours. It was like, whoa. Things was like, it was just like, you've heard of super fast charging. This was like super fast defrag. It was like, you're walking in your purpose, baby. This is secure payments. This is therapy session, galloping through the cosmos at light speed. Photons. Thanks for being a part of the creative process. I know I've said it already. But yeah, I felt really good. I feel really good. Things are happening as they should. So Portable Door, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Give it a 10 out of 10. Although it was centered around like orchestrated love. It was centered around orchestrated love and or whatever. I feel like it was cool. It was still good. It was not just orchestrated love. It was like, orchestrating things to make them happen, so other things can happen, kind of like a chessboard without, just with a bigger field, and more players, and not just a queen that just goes everywhere, but a king that, teleports from here to there type of thing. So, yeah, space is relative. And I'll talk about that later, and when I talk about my theories on quantum mechanics, and I guess it's not a theory. I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was just like, people were coming up to him or whatever, and, saying, oh, I got a theory about this and whoop-de-whoop. And he's just like, God, now you don't have a theory, you have a hypothesis. So I have a few hypotheses. A few hypotheses. What's the word? What's the plural form of hypothesis? I have a few hypotheses. Hypotheses about space and time and all that good stuff. But I feel like when I've had those theories or hypotheses, what happens is I right in that instant, or not too in the future, I see like a movie or a show that is or like Star Trek, like my magnificent being takes me there, and I'm looking at this show that's talking about this thing that I had a thought about, and I was just like, oh, so it's just like seek and you shall find, the answers kind of reveal themselves. Social media hasn't really been doing that, especially like Instagram. It's like they got that on block or on lock. I don't know what it is, but they're just showing me I I don't even know what's going on with Instagram. TikTok is getting this algorithm together. But anyway, this has been Secure Payments' therapy session, galloping through the cosmos at light speed. Photons, photons, photons. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for being part of the creative process. Yeah, Portal Door is a pretty good movie. I'm watching I Am Virgo, which is a series, and I'm gonna need some therapy after season or episode 1 of this show, because I'm already into 15 minutes of it, and I'm like, okay, I already know I need therapy, because I'm always I gotta stop doing this. I don't know why, but it's just like I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing a separation here. So yeah, same thing with me watching Portable Door. Portable Door. I don't remember now. Is it Portable Door or Portal Door? I'll make sure I put the right thing in the comments or in the description. But it's really reminding me of like my own current situation with this volunteer work that I've been doing. So yeah, but I'm gonna meditate on it because I don't, Yeah. Anyway, this has been Secure Payments. Peace.